There is a specific kind of exhaustion that sleep cannot fix. It comes from conversations. Not difficult conversations with intelligent people. Those can sharpen you. The real exhaustion comes from trying to reason with someone who has already decided they are right before you even speak. You know the feeling. A meeting at work, a family argument, a comment section online. Someone says something painfully shallow with absolute certainty, and instantly your mind starts building the response. You organize the facts. You connect the logic. You explain it clearly. And none of it matters. They stare at you as if you are the irrational one. Then they repeat the same point again, louder this time. That is the moment intelligent people begin doubting themselves. Not because they are wrong, because they cannot understand how someone can reject obvious reality so easily. But Schopenhauer understood it perfectly. Most people are not searching for truth. They are defending identity. And the moment your logic threatens their ego, the conversation stops being about facts. Now it becomes emotional survival. That is why arguing with fools feels so draining. You are trying to open a locked door with intelligence, while the person on the other side is holding it shut with pride. The intelligence trap. Intelligent people often lose arguments for one simple reason. They assume everyone values truth. That assumption quietly destroys them. You walk into a conversation believing the other person wants clarity. You think evidence matters. You think if the facts are strong enough, people will eventually adjust their opinion. But many people are not protecting logic. They are protecting ego. And ego does not care about being correct. It cares about staying comfortable. This is the intelligence trap. The smarter you are, the more you overestimate the rationality of others. You expect reflection. They react emotionally. You present nuance. They hear criticism. You offer information. They experience humiliation. Think about how many times you tried to help someone who never asked to improve. The friend always drowning in debt while giving financial advice. The coworker who makes the same mistakes every month but blames the system. The family member who creates chaos everywhere they go, yet somehow remains the victim in every story. You think one more explanation will finally wake them up. It will not. Some people do not resist truth because they cannot understand it. They resist it because accepting it would force them to confront themselves. And for many minds, that is unbearable. A fool will destroy peace, relationships, even their own future, just to avoid saying two words: I was wrong. Why? Logic fails. Most arguments fail long before the first sentence is spoken, because two people are operating from completely different mental systems. Daniel Kahneman described this perfectly. One part of the mind is fast, emotional, impulsive. The other is slow, analytical, reflective. Intelligent people spend more time in reflection. They pause. They compare information. They question their own assumptions. But many people never do that. They feel something and instantly call it truth. If an opinion feels emotionally satisfying, they defend it with absolute certainty. Not because it is accurate, because it protects their identity. This is why logic so often collapses in modern conversations. You are bringing data into an emotional battlefield. You are trying to solve a fire with a spreadsheet. Look at social media. People do not read to understand anymore. They read to react. A headline triggers emotion. Emotion becomes opinion. Opinion becomes personality. And once identity attaches itself to an idea, facts become useless. That is why arguing with irrational people feels impossible. You are using energy. They are using instinct. You are carefully constructing thoughts. They are simply rejecting discomfort. And rejection requires far less effort than thinking. This is the hidden danger intelligent people rarely notice. Fools do not defeat you through wisdom. They defeat you through exhaustion. They keep dragging the conversation downward until eventually you are the one emotionally drained. Schopenhauer's dark strategy: agree until absurdity. Most people think intelligence means winning arguments. Schopenhauer understood something darker. The smartest person in the room is usually the one who refuses to fight directly. When a foolish person says something irrational, your instinct is to correct them. You attack the weak points. You explain the contradictions. You try to drag the conversation back toward reality. That is exactly the trap. Because the moment you resist them, they become emotionally attached to defending their position. So instead, do something unexpected. Agree. Not softly. Not sarcastically. Agree so completely that their own logic collapses under its own weight. Imagine someone says, "Modern success requires zero discipline, and everything is just luck." Do not argue. Lean back and nod. Absolutely. In fact, nobody should work anymore. We should all quit tomorrow and wait for fortune to arrive. Watch what happens next. Suddenly, they become uncomfortable. Now, they are forced to introduce nuance into their own argument. You never attacked them. You simply escorted their thinking to its final destination. Foolish people rarely think ahead. They live on emotional impulse. And when their own beliefs are stretched to the extreme, the absurdity finally becomes visible. Not because you defeated them with logic, because you allowed their own reasoning to expose itself, kill the need to be right. One of the most dangerous addictions intelligent people have is the need to be recognized as correct. Not just correct internally, correct publicly. You want the other person to finally pause, look at you, and admit you were right all along. But that moment almost never comes, especially from insecure people, because for many individuals, admitting they are wrong feels psychologically humiliating. It feels like surrender. So instead of changing their mind, they protect their pride. And every time you desperately try to force understanding, you hand them power over your emotions. They control your mood, your peace, your nervous system. Schopenhauer believed this was a hidden form of weakness. Why does the approval of a shallow mind matter so much to you? Why are you begging for clarity from people committed to confusion? There is freedom in realizing something brutal. You do not need to be understood by everyone. Some people are simply incapable of meeting you mentally. No explanation will bridge that gap. The moment you stop needing validation from foolish people, something changes internally. You stop reacting. You stop over-explaining. You stop carrying conversations home in your head at night. And suddenly, silence becomes power. Because true intelligence is not proving you are right. It is remaining calm while others desperately fight to protect their illusions. Stupidity is contagious. Most people think foolishness is harmless. It is not. It spreads quietly, like smoke in a closed room. Spend enough time around irrational people, and eventually your own mind begins to suffer. You become reactive, impatient, mentally exhausted, not because they are smarter than you, because chaos is psychologically expensive. Your brain constantly tries to make sense of contradictions. You attempt to predict unpredictable behavior. You rehearse conversations before they happen. You replay arguments after they end. Over time, this drains your mental clarity. Look at people trapped in toxic workplaces. A foolish manager creates confusion every day. Nobody communicates clearly. Emotion controls every decision. After a few years, Even intelligent employees begin doubting themselves. Their creativity disappears. Their focus weakens. Their personality changes. This is why Schopenhauer valued distance so deeply. Not because he hated people, because he understood mental environments shape the mind. You cannot constantly walk through noise and expect inner silence. And some people are pure noise. Drama, negativity, victimhood, endless emotional instability. If you keep exposing your mind to that environment, eventually you start adapting to it. That is the terrifying part. Stupidity does not only frustrate intelligence. Given enough time, it slowly erodes it. The porcupine dilemma, emotional quarantine. Schopenhauer once described human relationships like porcupines in winter. They move close for warmth, then wound each other with their quills, so they pull away, then return again when the cold becomes unbearable. That is modern life. You cannot completely avoid foolish people. They are in your office, your neighborhood, sometimes even your own family. The mistake intelligent people make is believing every interaction requires authenticity. It does not. Some environments require emotional quarantine. You stop bringing your full mind into every room. You stop exposing your real thoughts to people who only weaponize them. Instead, you create distance internally. Not coldness, not cruelty, detachment. You become polite but unreadable. Interesting point. I understand what you mean. That's one perspective. Short responses. No emotional investment. No unnecessary explanations. You stop feeding chaos with your energy. Most foolish people are not searching for truth. They are searching for emotional reaction. Once they realize they cannot pull emotion out of you anymore, their influence weakens. This is the hidden power of emotional quarantine. You remain physically present while mentally protected behind silence. Because not every battle deserves your intellect, and not every person deserves access to your inner world. When the fool has power, a foolish person is frustrating. A foolish person with authority is dangerous, because insecurity becomes far more destructive when combined with power. An intelligent person can usually recognize someone smarter than them and learn quietly. But insecure people do the opposite. They feel threatened by competence, especially in workplaces. You have probably seen it before. The manager who rejects every better idea. The supervisor who punishes initiative. The leader who surrounds themselves with weak people so they can remain the smartest person in the room. These people do not fear failure. They fear exposure. Your intelligence reminds them of their own limitations, and that creates resentment. But here is the mistake many smart people make. They think excellence alone will protect them. It will not. In environments controlled by ego, visibility becomes vulnerability. The more openly competent you appear, the more resistance you attract. Schopenhauer understood this deeply. Average minds often interpret brilliance as arrogance, not because brilliance is offensive, but because comparison is painful. And insecure authority figures rarely attack talent directly. They attack personality. You're difficult. You overthink. You're not a team player. The intelligent person wants fairness. But power rarely operates on fairness. It operates on perception, emotion, and control. That is why survival sometimes requires strategy, not honesty. Sima Yi, the submission gambit. One of the most dangerous mistakes intelligent people make is revealing their full capability too early. History punishes that kind of pride. Sima Yi understood this better than almost anyone. He served under men who were louder, more impulsive, and far less intelligent than he was. And he knew something terrifying. A mediocre ruler can tolerate failure, but he cannot tolerate feeling inferior. So, Sima Yi concealed himself. He did not argue publicly. He did not compete for attention. He did not constantly prove his brilliance. Instead, he became smaller. When enemies watched him, they saw weakness. An aging man, a tired servant, someone no longer dangerous. That illusion kept him alive. While others fought for recognition, he quietly studied the board. Then, when the moment arrived, he moved with absolute precision and seized control completely. This is difficult for intelligent people to accept, because ego wants visibility. It wants acknowledgement, respect, validation. But real power often moves silently. Sometimes the strongest position in the room is not dominance. It is invisibility, especially around insecure people. When dealing with fools in power, never feed their paranoia. Feed their comfort. Let them feel superior for a moment. Not because you are weak, because a relaxed enemy stops paying attention. And people rarely defend themselves against what they underestimate. Stop trying to save people. One of the hardest truths intelligent people must accept is this: not everyone wants to grow. Some people want comfort more than truth, excuses more than responsibility, familiar suffering more than uncomfortable change. And yet, you keep trying to save them. You explain. You advise. You stay up late, having emotional conversations that lead nowhere. You think if you can just find the right words, something inside them will finally awaken. But many people are deeply committed to remaining exactly who they are. Not consciously, psychologically, because change threatens identity. The person drowning in debt does not want financial discipline. They want emotional relief. The toxic person does not want accountability. They want another audience. And intelligent people often confuse empathy with responsibility. You begin carrying burdens that were never yours. Schopenhauer believed most people rarely change at their core. They repeat patterns. Different year, same mind. Painful as it is, maturity means accepting limits. You stop trying to redesign people who refuse self-awareness. You stop wasting years trying to rescue minds addicted to chaos. Because eventually, you realize something brutal. You cannot heal someone who is emotionally invested in remaining broken. And trying to do so will slowly break you too. Withdraw from the theater. Most arguments are performances, not conversations. Performances. People are rarely listening to understand. They are waiting for their turn to speak. Their turn to defend identity. Their turn to protect pride. Look closely at modern debates, politics, social media, office conflicts, family drama. Almost nobody changes their mind. The loudest person wins attention, not wisdom. And intelligent people waste enormous amounts of energy trying to win in environments designed for noise. Schopenhauer saw through this illusion long ago. Public conflict is usually theater for ego. The audience already picked sides before the discussion even began. So why exhaust yourself trying to educate people emotionally committed to misunderstanding you? At some point, intelligent people must withdraw from the stage. Not physically, mentally. You stop needing every accusation corrected, every misunderstanding clarified, every insult answered. You realize silence often communicates more strength than explanation, because calm people do not chase validation. Imagine walking through a crowded asylum. Patients scream at you, call you insane, accuse you of things that are not real. Would you stop and defend yourself to every person in the hallway? Of course not. You keep walking. Not because you hate them, because arguing inside distorted reality only pulls you deeper into it. And many modern conversations function the exact same way. The final transformation. Something strange happens when you finally stop fighting foolish people. The exhaustion disappears. Not instantly, but gradually. You stop replaying conversations in your head at night. You stop building imaginary arguments in the shower. You stop feeling responsible for correcting every false statement you hear. And with that, silence, comes clarity. You begin seeing people differently. Not emotionally, clinically. You notice patterns. The fragile ego hidden beneath arrogance. The insecurity beneath aggression. The fear beneath constant certainty. What once triggered anger now becomes predictable. And what becomes predictable loses power over you. This is the transformation Schopenhauer was pointing toward. Detachment, not coldness, not bitterness. Freedom. You finally understand that your intelligence was never meant to be spent arguing with people committed to confusion. It was meant to build your life, your discipline, your peace, your future. The moment you stop trying to force awareness into unwilling minds, your energy returns to you, and suddenly you become dangerous in a completely different way. Focused, calm, untouchable, because fools can only drain the people still emotionally reacting to them. But once you stop needing their approval, their understanding, or their agreement, they lose access to you completely. And that is real power. What we discussed in this video is only the outer layer, basic defense. A way to protect your energy in a world driven by ego, insecurity, and emotional chaos. But there is a deeper level to this, a level most people should never touch. Because once you truly understand human behavior, social interaction stops looking natural. You begin noticing patterns everywhere. You see how easily people can be guided by validation, how quickly emotion overrides logic, how predictable insecurity becomes once you know where to look. And that realization changes the way you move through the world. Quietly, strategically. Schopenhauer understood human nature, but history's most dangerous minds went even further. They did not just defend themselves from foolish people. They learned how to navigate them, influence them, disarm them without conflict. Most people are not ready for those conversations because the truth is uncomfortable. Society rewards appearances, not awareness. Confidence, not wisdom. Emotional manipulation, not honesty. That is why certain ideas can never be discussed openly. Not because they are false, because they work. If this video shifted something inside you, then you already understand more than most people around you. Subscribe if you have not already. But if you want access to the deeper level, the architect level, the material that goes beyond public philosophy and into real psychological strategy, then step beyond the surface. The rest is not for everyone. That is precisely why it matters.